All sorts of reasons, but let me pick out one for each of them that will be making headlines over the next few days, now that reportedly all three have accepted these offers from President-elect Donald Trump for these respective positions. Senator Jeff Sessions from Alabama, first of all, who's been offered the role of Attorney General. He openly supports the ban on Muslims entering the United States. That was, of course, a proposal from Donald Trump back when he was still on the campaign trail. But also, he's got all sorts of allegations of racism in his past, including when he was nominated to become a federal judge and had to actually withdraw from that because of very serious allegations of racism in his past. Next up, there's Mike Pompeo, congressman from Kansas. The most controversial part for him before he gets the spot as the head of the CIA is this one. He advocated for the death penalty for Edward Snowden, the man who, of course, managed to leak all of those secrets from the National Security Agency back in the day. That is the past that will catch up with Mike Pompeo in the next few days. Then there's that other name that you just mentioned, Michael Flynn, the retired Lieutenant General in the U.S. Army. He has been accused of being that little bit too close to the Russian regime, even traveling to meet Vladimir Putin at a gala in Moscow relatively recently. These are all three people who will be making headlines over the next few days, and two of them at least, Senator Sessions and Lieutenant General Flynn, are members of the inner circle of Donald Trump. They have been supporting him, not necessarily from day one, but they got on board that Trump bandwagon pretty early on, and they're now being rewarded for that.
So how does the Trump transition team look at this stage?
Well, you've got quite a few roles completed now, quite a few that are going to be within the White House and very, very close to Donald Trump himself. He's now got Steve Bannon as his right-hand man in the West Wing, the former CEO of Breitbart News, the conservative website. We also know that Reince Priebus will be his chief of staff. Plenty of positions still to be filled, though, and these include some of the most important ones. We know that Senator Jeff Sessions will accept the role of Attorney General. Two really big ones still left for Secretary of State, first of all, and then Secretary of Defense. Two of the most important roles in the cabinet, and we really don't know exactly who might be nominated for those roles, or rather announced for those roles by President-elect Donald Trump. That's why he's still got all of these meetings all weekend. He'll be at one of his golf courses in New Jersey for the whole weekend, and that's where he'll be meeting his advisors, his closest aides, and potentially also candidates for those top jobs. Plenty of speculation, but no real favorite for those key roles of Secretary of State and Secretary of Defense in the new Trump administration.